What's going on, guys? It's Dan here with another shot in the dark reaction video. What is this you see? No, it's not a reaction video. This is a review. This is our first ever review on the channel. If you don't know, my name is Dan and I've done a load of reactions to all sorts of different Ghost songs. I've covered every single Ghost song on the album we're reviewing today, Skeleta. So if you don't mind, go and check that out. Do us a big favour before we start. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And also, of course, you need to absolutely join our Patreon, which is in the description of this video. And you will have the best time ever. There's all sorts of benefits, as you can see there, including early access to our Discord. So it's going to be a really, really amazing place for you to join our incredible community. So yeah, as you can see, this was shot live. Where are you? There you are, you wonderful, beautiful, I can touch you. So it was shot live, and also we've got all these wonderful people on the back wall of our Patreon as well. How amazing is that? Right, so as Mira said there, 33 Ghost reacts. That's pretty mad, isn't it? But yeah, we are actually going to be reviewing the album today. We've done all of the reacting. We are now going to be reviewing the album, okay? This is a first for me. I've not done it before. And we are going to get into it now. Let's do it. All right. The first song of the agenda of the album starts us with a song called PEACEFIELD. I am going to play each song, but I'm going to turn it down like a bunch so we can talk over it, because we've already listened to it 1,000 times and we've reacted to it. So, you know, that's there. If you want to see it, wonderful. But we are now going to be breaking this down to a point where we can actually score it, which is new. Never done this before. Let's do this. So, PEACEFIELD. So, PEACEFIELD is a beautiful song. Really, really good starter for the album. We've got this beautiful opening choir that really, really sing true. And what's really, really amazing about it is that all of the instruments are fed to us very slowly and gradually, just fed to us. And I absolutely adore this song because I remember really vividly that when they did this live, and I didn't even know what this song was, I couldn't wait to actually hear it live, hear it as a studio version, because it is such a fantastic song to get your ears around. There's so much to love here. The 80s sound that we get, I mean, just the guitar tones alone on this album are insane. But, oh my god, the actual guitar tone to this song in particular is really infectious. And it's the driving force, really, of the verses. And then the chorus, oh my god, can we talk about the chorus? It is an absolute... It is one of my favourite choruses. It went off live. It was absolutely incredible. But let's talk one thing at a time. So, lyrics. Lyrics for the song. I'm going to say... I'm going to say 4 stars. I'm going to say 4 stars for the lyrics. Not the best in the album, but by no stretch of my imagination is that a bad thing, because I think because it's the opener of the record, we want to be a little bit more repetitive. We want to be a little bit more, you know, open to what's going to come in the actual album. But I mean, let's talk about that musicianship. Musicianship for me, it's 5 stars, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 stars, and it has to be as well, because it really, really, really rings true throughout this record. The bass, the guitar, and the effort that they've put into to make all of this blend so well. That's what makes this record so special, and PEACEFIELD is incredible at this because of the gradual build that we get from the start. Incredible. Then impact, and what I mean by this, I mean emotional impact. You know, just how it hits when you first listen to it. I'm gonna also give this 5 stars because I heard this live for the first time, and that was honestly where you were just like, okay, if this song comes out and it's anything like this, I'm going to be really, really excited. And it honestly hit me so hard when this first came out. It came out just before the album dropped, and it was such a pivotal time for me to be able to be like, right, okay, I'm a Ghost fan now, let's go, what's coming next? PEACEFIELD drops, and I was just hit so hard by this. So impact 5, 100%. Catchiness, for the chorus alone, I actually think the verses are quite weak in terms of the whole record. I think that there's a definite like gradual build of catchiness. The chorus though, 5 stars, guys. I love the chorus of the song. If I'm talking about the verse in general, I think it lets it down slightly, but in terms of the actual chorus and how catchy that is, dun 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 dun, 100% in your head straight away. You can't get it out, and you're just completely hit by an infectious wave. So my rating overall for this song, I'm gonna go for 4.5 stars. I think it's a really, really good song. It's an incredible song to start us off, but I honestly don't think it's the best of the record. But genuinely, for a starter, what you get as a starter, it is incredibly good. You know, if I'm at a restaurant and I'm served this for a starter, I'm like, right, okay, what's main? Because this is awesome. This is the best soup I've ever had. So yeah, in terms of my overall score for PEACEFIELD, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I thought it was honestly as close to a perfect introduction as it honestly could be. The only thing that lets it down for me is I think the lyrics are a little bit too repetitive in the verses, but I let it off, and that's why it's got a 4, because it's the introduction to the album. All right, so that is PEACEFIELD, and I love PEACEFIELD. I think it's a really, really good song overall, but in terms of the whole album, I don't think it's the best on there by any stretch. Does that make it worse a song? Absolutely not. I think actually starting with a song is actually quite tricky, and I think they do a really, really good job at setting the tone on what to expect from the album. So yeah, really, really solid start with PEACEFIELD for sure. Let's move on now to the next song, which this is where it's gonna probably get into 5 out of 5 territory for me. But let's talk about it. So, LACRYMA. Wow. This song, honestly, I'm so glad that this song came out and I reacted to it as it came out, because if I heard this on the radio, I'd have got really annoyed with myself, because this is such a great song to react to, because it is honestly, it's quintessential Ghost, but it gives off such a grown-up version of what we've heard from Impera. Like Impera did a really good job at like giving us this incredible blend of 80s rock and, you know, glam rock and all of the really cool things that we love from the 80s. And then this like did that, but then just matured it. You know, it just absolutely matured it for me. I adore so much about this song. I love the video. The video is incredible. You get to actually see Papa, Perpetua, for the first time. Yeah, like everyone's saying in the comments, falsetto in the song, incredible in the chorus. We're going to hear that now. Beautiful, beautiful arrangement in general. Let's talk about lyrics. Lyrics for me, it's going to be similar, you know, guys. I'm going to rate this one 4. I think that I love the chorus. The thing that falls out for me is in the verses. I just think sometimes I'm like, they're a little bit too safe, but still, like, I know what they are, and you can read into them, and it does, and the only reason this is getting a 4 and not a 5 is because I'm looking down at the rest of the songs, and there are some songs that genuinely touched me lyrically. So it would be disingenuous to give this a 5 if I'm thinking about the comparing the album. But if I heard this as a song on its own, I would genuinely believe that this is like really high tier in terms of storytelling and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. For musicianship, I'm actually gonna give this also a 4. I think it's really catchy. It's obviously a song that they knew would be the song that they hit on the radio. So you obviously want the musicianship to be quite simple and basic in terms of what you want an overall audience to listen to. But I absolutely love, like, you can listen to the solo now. I love what they did with the record, don't get me wrong, but in terms of listening to the rest of the songs as well, like, there are some 5 levels of musicianship on this record, and I would be, again, being disingenuous if I'm comparing, but honestly, I'm not just giving the solo a 4, I'm giving the overall musicianship of the song. As a songwriter, this is 100% one of those where they probably thought, alright, we don't want to go too far, you know, this is one we're probably going to drop on the radio, so we're not going to, like, go absolutely crazy and do things that no one's ever heard before. And that is why further down this record you will see that number go up, because for me, when songs are unique and there's stuff in there that I've not heard before, that's when the musicianship level goes up, because it shows the versatility of a band. In terms of impact for me, 5 out of 5. What an incredibly good song to start this journey. Obviously, we got Satanized before this, but this was the first journey, the first fray of this album that I received. So personally, the impact for this was, like, huge for me. I loved everything from the start of the record, start of this song, to the end of the song, and it just honestly, it impacted me straight away, but it left an impact as well, which is really amazing. If a song can leave you with impact as well, not just hit you initially with it, that is incredibly good. That's what I got from this. That's why it's a 5. And then in terms of my overall score, I'm going to rate this one a 4 out of 5. In terms of catchiness. Guess what? It's a 5. The chorus absolutely bangs. So actually, thinking about that, it's a 4.5 overall, guys. 4.5 overall, with the catchiness aspect added to that as well. Like, that completely levels it up, for sure. Like, catchiness, hooks, and everything like that, absolutely hit us like crazy, don't it? And it's really important that you get your hooks into someone straight away. I got that straight away from this chorus. And even the pre-chorus in this song is super catchy as well, which is something I noted reacting to all of the Ghost songs on this album. Like, so much of it was, like, for me, like, so catchy and hooky in areas where it shouldn't be. Like pre-choruses, so no, 9 times out of 10, that's not your territory to throw a hook, like hooks in. So many of the songs on this album, the hooks are actually in the pre-choruses to the songs, which is really, really cool. So yeah, overall, guys, 4.5 out of 5, but only because there is a selection of 5s on this record, and I'm comparing, okay? So don't come at me. And plus, before I carry on, these are personal rankings, guys. Personal rankings. So, literally, if you have a different ranking, that's good. That's good. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear everybody having different rankings for the songs that they like, because at the end of the day, that is genuinely what makes us all it makes us all love music so much, isn't it? We all have our own opinions of songs. But yeah, let's carry on. We're in Satanized territory now. So this song actually came out when I was in my car and I was just driving. This song came on. This is my first ever the first time I ever heard Ghost. But Mary on a Cross was the first time I reacted to Ghost. This is the first time I heard Ghost and didn't know what it was. And then when I reacted to Mary on a Cross, I then went, hang on a minute, is that the same band? Looked at it, looked at the music video, I was like, nah, it's not. And then right at the end where Perpetua comes in, I was like, okay, wow. Right, this is where things are going to change slightly, guys. Lyrics for this song, 5 out of 5. Storytelling in this song, incredible. Getting us into the mood of the characters in the song, incredible. Camera, awful. Why are you going that way? There we go. No. Stop. There we go. You know what? We're getting used to it. It is what it is. It's fine. Right, so yeah. Lyrics, 100%. 100% a 5 out of 5, guys. To be able to tell a story like this is one thing, but then to give us like double meanings of what this actually means, because to the untrained eye and to the untrained ear, this is going to make everybody think that this is 100% a song about Satanism, right? About being possessed by Satan, not Satans. By being possessed by Satan, right? Well, actually, it's not about that at all. It's about someone's love for someone feeling like you're satanized, feeling like you're possessed by love, and you know, the negatives of that, which is so cool. Several Satans for sure. So yeah, 100% 5 out of 5 for lyrics. For musicianship, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think sometimes it's a little bit too repetitive, but that is honestly like the smallest critique I can actually give. I absolutely adore the solo that you're about to hear. I absolutely love the way that the song travels and follows the story. Like you can honestly feel the song traveling as the lyrics are being projected, and that's something Ghost do extremely well. So yeah, for me, 4.5 out of 5. For impact, you guessed it, guys, it's a 5. This is probably one of the best songs on the album, and it's genuinely one of the best translated songs as a live performance. For me, the impact of this is huge. It's a hugely radio-friendly song, but it gives so much in terms of what Ghost are about and what to expect from the new record. It's such a great first single. So impact, for being a first single, 100% 5 out of 5 impact. Catchiness, you 100% know that it's a 5 out of 5, guys. Catchiness, incredible. The chorus, so catchy that sometimes, before I even knew what this song was, I wanted it to play on the radio. I didn't even get my Deezer out to find out what it was. Look how cool they look, by the way. So cool. I didn't even get my Deezer out to find out what it was. I just instantly wanted to hear it again on the radio, right? And I didn't get to do that. And then as soon as it came on, I was like, yes, yes. So the amount of catchiness that this song has is insane. So my overall rating for this, guys, I'm actually going to give this one a 5. I actually prefer this to LACRYMA because I think that LACRYMA is a really, really good song. But if I would put both of them together, I would genuinely say that this is a stronger song for me. The lyrics and the story go further, and I feel like everything is just pushing in one direction. And there's a reason that this was obviously their choice for their first single. There's a reason for that. It's because it bangs in every sort of department. So 100%, guys, it's our first 5 out of 5 of the album so far, and it genuinely has to be. It really, really has to be. Right, we're moving on to Guiding Lights. Guiding Lights. So, for you guys that are watching this and you're on the Discord, you would have known straight away. That I really like this song because I parried it slightly. So if you know that, amazing. But yeah, I really like the song. I like the change in dynamic that we have here. I think this is where they really, really start to step up. I think that this is where the album starts to mature. I think from this point forward, the album continues to mature. And we really start to see a different side of Ghost. In my opinion, I mean, I've heard quite a lot of Ghost now. These songs for me, from now on, these are the ones where I'm like, okay, this is like Ghost grown up now. Like, this is shit that I completely love. Okay, so in terms, for me, for lyrics, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I think that the idea of the song is incredible. Like, the idea of thinking about death in a different scenario. We do this throughout the album, but I really like how this song, you know, it throws these little things at us that make us a little uncomfortable. But then I don't know what it is about it, but I'm really fond of artists when they can throw something that's quite dark and give it like a really meaningful meaning. So lyric wise, 100% 5 out of 5. The story's fantastic in the song. I love it. Musicianship, I'm gonna go for a 4.5. Just because I don't think it's as strong as some of the songs that we're going to be hearing soon in the album. But I love... the only thing is about this song is that, like, there's a lot of times where there's not a lot happening, which is really, really cool in terms of a live performance. But when you just sat there and you're listening to it, like, there's times where I'm a bit like, okay, like, let's move on. But, oh my god, like, in terms of listening to this song for the first time, like, I remember, like, thinking, wow, okay, this is next level, man. Like, we're really getting into territory now where I'm like, yes. Impact, I'm gonna go for a 4 on this one, just because I think, like, following a song like Satanized, I feel like we are never ever going to get a song as incredibly good as that straight away. But in terms of an impact for me personally, when I first listened to it, I think 4 actually suits this. I just think it was like one of those where I was like, okay, it's an incredible song, there's a beautiful story to it and everything, like I've said with the lyrics. But I just feel like impact wise, I just feel like it slightly loses a star, just following after Satanized. But it's still a really, really good song. I mean, 4 out of 5 is still incredible for a level of impact, for a song that's literally in an album. There's been so many albums where I've absolutely adored songs in an album, but then there's always these like little songs that you go, yeah, it's good, but it's not as good. It's still really good though. I still love it. It's still on my playlist, but it's not incredible. But is what I'm trying to say. In terms of catchiness, I'm gonna say 4. I feel like the chorus is probably the catchiest part of the song, but I feel like the rest of the song, like, there's a lot of to-ing and fro-ing, and sometimes I feel like they could probably do a little bit more to keep you hooked in the song. But it's still really, really good. Like, I'm going to say that throughout the rest of the video, pretty much, is they're not 5, so they're not perfect by any stretch, but it's still really, really good. I find it catchy. Like, I know the song, I learnt the chorus. So I would say it's still catchy. I just wouldn't say it's like extremely catchy. It's not like an earworm that I'm constantly going, oh my god, go away. Where there's some songs on this album that I'm definitely like that on. I'm gonna rate this one. I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars, guys. I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars. I think that I don't think it's the strongest song, if I'm honest. But in terms of like a song on its own, I think it's fantastic. I just think in the album where it sits after Satanized, I don't think it's as strong. So it would be weird to give this 5 when you've said that the song before it is better. It just wouldn't make sense ethically. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 4 for this one. But it's a good one. It's a good one. I still love it. I still love this entire album. Spoilers. Like, you're not gonna get any low marks for this. Just letting you know that in advance. So yeah, but like I saw that Mirror there was talking about obviously what they're personally thinking in terms of their score. Like, if you want to score things at home, like let me know, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, I think like that was probably one of the weaker ones for me. But in terms of like weaker songs on an album like this, like they've got to be like tier 5 to be not considered weak. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Next one, we've got To Profundis Borealis, which is an absolute mouthful. And let me just tell you, it's an absolute earful. I really, really like this song. And it's actually grown on me quite a lot. Listening to it over and over and over, which is what I've had to do. When I do a review, I'm always going to listen to the album over and over. I'm not just going to have my initial reaction. I'm going to really, really dive into it. I honestly really, really like this song. I think it's a bit of a dark horse in the album. I think that genuinely, like, in terms of lyrics, I think, like, you're talking 5, guys. There's some incredible lyrics in this song. The song's about, being enclosed in a closed space in your mind. And that's that frozen palace of tears. I mean, a frozen palace of tears, that wins 5 out of 5 straight away on the old lyrics, because that's just ridiculous. In fact, it's done it that much, it zoomed me in. Amazing. Thanks for that. Thank you. For musicianship, I am going to give this one a 5 as well. This is one of my favourite songs on the album. I love the build-up. I love the drama. I love this consistent battering constantly. It feels like I'm just constantly, like, being shook. There's no, like, calming part of this song. The chorus in general is absolute. I love the chorus of this song. It's just so epic. You've got the instrumentation, like, matching each other, sometimes following each other, sometimes, going against each other. It just feels like this consistent shift of instrumentation. It's so cool. It's definitely one of my favorites, this one. I think this is going to surprise some people, but I really, really like this song. I'm gonna say as well, this song coming after the song we just heard, coming after Guiding Lights, this hit me really hard. 5 out of 5 for me. it's so impactful. There's so much story, there's so much pushing you consistently, you know, there's so much tapping you on the shoulder and saying, okay, this is coming next, okay, this is coming next. This is 100% a song that will grow on people, I guarantee you. Listen to this album in its entirety. Listen to this album in its entirety and tell me different. Tell me different. It is unreal. I love this song. And then in terms of catchiness, it's a 5, guys. The chorus of this song absolutely bangs. I love the chorus. I love the fact that on the endings of the sentences, we're singing all the way around the scales. You know, we're not playing around anymore. Like, Tobias in these songs from this point forward is sangin'. You know what I'm saying? Sangin' with an A, not an I. Sangin'. Incredible. All right. Really, really, really good. And for that reason, guys, it is my second 5 out of 5. I actually think this is one of the best songs on the entire album. I love the outro, by the way, as we listen to it now. There's this consistent, like, where are we going? I feel uneasy. It's just so cool. I absolutely love this song, man. It is so good. I implore you, if you're not sure of this song, please give it some time, man. Give it some time and sit on it for a little bit, and then like almost like a nest egg. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sit on it a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to break the egg. But once it hatches and you look at it and you're like, and the chickens are looking at you and you're like, oh, look. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, just imagine. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Look how pretty it is. Look how beautiful it is. That's what this is. It's a builder, and just give it time and it will get you. I promise you. It will get you, guys. So yeah, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you're thinking. What's your scores? Let me know. Let me know. And then we're going to move on. We are moving on to... Oh, my goodness me. We're moving on to a song that I cried. I cried at this song, ladies and gents. I cried. This is going to be where we get to a point where I don't know. Like, you can't not give this 5. There's so much about it. There's so much familiarity of what came before. There's so much nuance. There's so much drama. There's so much emotion. This song is just pure emotion and joy. This song, honestly, I love this song. I absolutely love this song. Lyric-wise, guess what? It's a 5, ladies and gents. I absolutely love the ideas that he has of burying something and then having that blow in the wind, you know? Having the notion of thinking that something is done and buried, but then having it come back out. The fact that this song resonates with me a lot, with everything I've gone through as a kid growing up, you know, losing my dad and stuff. It's just that song that, for me, it really impacted me in a big way. So let's go to impact straight away, because this is 100% a 5, by the way. While I'm thinking about it, this is 100% a 5 out on impact, because it just absolutely has you like this the whole time and doesn't let go. And you don't know whether to feel comfortable because it's a beautiful song, or you don't know whether to feel a bit like uneasy, like, oh my god, let me go. This is like thinking about death in a way that's positive, and it's just a really strange occurrence that I had for this song, but like sitting on it for the longest time now. There we go, it's done it again. Of course it has. Of course it has. It's fine. It's a really easy fix. I don't mind it. But yeah, even the camera agrees with me. The camera's like, yes, Dan. Literally, I just think that like having such a personal song on your album is always a bit of a risk, in my opinion. But wow. Like having a personal song actually affect you like this, huge. Don't think, by the way, this is genuine. This is a genuine, by the way. You some people aren't gonna like this. I don't think it's catchy. I don't think it's catchy at all. Like, it's only because I've heard this a lot that I'm like 100% this is incredible. I sing along to it, but 100% this is not by any stretch a catchy song. But that's fine. It doesn't need to be. It just needs to sit in the album and tell a story. And that's what it does. Alright? So with our musicianship, we are going to also go for a 4 on this one. Because I do think it's really, really cool, but it's stuff that we've heard before. Again, like I said, musicianship for me, that's where you have to be unique. You have to have something I've not heard before. There are essences in this where I think that it definitely could be like a 5 for sure. But I just think sometimes, like, in terms of how the song's structured and everything, I think sometimes it's a safe song, but for a reason. It's not a song that they want everybody to be bopping their heads and being catchy, because it's a song with deep meaning. And sometimes you don't need catchiness in a song with deep meaning. You just don't. And so for me, my overall, even though I said actually it was a 5, I'm going to go for a 4.5. There's obviously, the lyrics are huge. The impact that it has on you is enormous. The catchiness lets it down. I don't think the chorus has that hook for me. I'm not hooked on that chorus. When I finish this album, I don't think of the chorus or the catchiness of the song. I think of the impact that it had on me. That's the level in which I think of this song, okay? But yeah, I obviously, like, it's still an incredible song, for sure. But it's nowhere near as good as Borealis. Like, Borealis, for me, is also catchy, so it gets that extra mark, basically. But yeah, tell me what you guys think as well in the comments. I hope you're enjoying this video. I've never done one of these before, so quite interesting. Hope you're enjoying it so far. And as you can tell by now, I don't bullshit. I do not edit my videos. I do everything on a system. It's all done in one take, and I don't do anything else with it again, regardless of anything, okay? So hopefully you're getting to see that now for the first time. Right, so we are moving on. We are moving on to MISSILIA AMORI. This is, for me, one of those songs in which, one, we're going to go straight to catchiness. It's bloody catchy. It's extremely, extremely catchy. Love rockets, shot right in between your eyes. It's catchy. You can't deny it. That's its biggest thing. Impact for me, while it's in my head and I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go for a 3. I think it's one of those songs that, like, it's in there to please stuff that we need from the record. But in terms of a song on its own, I wouldn't give it the merit that it impacted me as such. I think, like, I love the story, but in terms of how it impacted me, I wouldn't say it was, like, massive in the record. I really wouldn't. In terms of lyrics, I think it's extremely clever, but I don't think it's like the best on the record. There's some really, really cool nuance of thinking of love from a different direction, thinking of what love means to us. It's not always a positive. Sometimes it can be a huge negative. So when I'm thinking of that, 100% the lyrics they're good. But in terms of a song in this album so far, I think lyrically it's clever, but it's not like winning awards for its lyricism at all. Musicianship, I'm also going to rate fairly low actually. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think like there are some really, really fun things happening, but for me, like it's one of those where it's an album record and it might grow on me. I've heard it quite a lot now, but it's one of those where, in fact, actually, we've got to a point. This part of the song is very close to changing a lot of these scores. I think the bridge of this song is huge. I think the actual bridge of the song definitely 100% could actually level up the song in general. But I don't think, if you're thinking of it as an overall, I'm probably going to rate this fairly low, to be honest. In terms of everything else we've heard, I'm going to give it a 3.5, guys. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I just think, like, in terms of catchiness, it's really, really good. But in terms of everything else, I genuinely think this song will flourish better live. And we've already seen this from Ghost a million times. They love to make songs that are fun, and when they're fun, you can take that and you can take that to a live stage. And when you've got a live stage as well, 100%, like, that might change the score quite a bit. Can we write over the score, says Jen? Yeah, of course you can. Like I said 1,000 times though, guys, you've got to remember these are all personal choices for me. You could have a completely different choice, and I'm never, ever, ever, ever in 1,000 bajillion years ever going to judge you for your choice. Ever. Even if you rate this your favourite song, amazing. I love that for you. You know, it's obviously touched you in a different way. Giggity. Right, we're moving on, guys. We're moving on to Marks of the Evil One. And now this is where things slightly change. I really, really like this song. It came at a time in the album where I was craving more mystery, more darkness, more puzzling natures. A lot of this record is very easy to get your head around. This song reminds me of their last album, and it also reminds me of the album before that. Is it Prequel? It reminds me, it could have been on Prequel for me. Like, it has that, like, sort of naughty vibe where, like, obviously there's sort of a backlash at something, isn't it? You know, the marks are everywhere, the marks of the evil one. So yeah, in terms of lyrics, I'm gonna rate this quite high actually. I'm gonna rate it 4.5 out of 5. I think I really, really like the imagery of different riders coming in. I like the idea of taking, like, a really, really poignant thing in religion and in mythology, and making it a song, and the story of that is really fascinating to me. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a pretty decent marking for that. In terms of musicianship, I'm gonna rate this also 4.5. I really like the to-ing and fro-ing of the percussion. The percussion in this song is really, really key. There are so many times where you are genuinely pulled this way and pushed the other way. There are some really, really fun things happening with the keyboards, and the to and froing of instruments in general. It's extremely good musicianship. the rate in which the song progresses is one of the biggest parts of the album for me. I really like it for that. In terms of impact, this is going to be quite high. This is going to be quite high, guys, because the impact for me, like, it came after a song which was MISSILIA AMORI. I just thought MISSILIA AMORI was probably the weakest song, one of the weaker songs on the record, one of them. And that's why the impact really hit me hard, because I needed something which was more in the ballpark of what I was used to. And this, for me, like I just said, it could have been on an old Ghost record. So for impact for me, it's going to be quite high, actually, guys. Going to be quite high. Catchiness, you already know. You already know. Catchiness, man. The chorus is so catchy. There is one chord missing from this song for it to be the same chords as two of my favourite songs, Witch Image and Ritual. Those three songs now, they all have a very similar chord structure, and that is why this song is so catchy, because the chord structure that Tobias uses in those three songs is extremely used. But what's beautiful is taking a chord structure that's used to death and making it different, making it your own. And for that reason, it's incredibly catchy. It's incredibly catchy, okay? Love it for that reason. So I am actually going to score this one, and you can probably tell from the overall that we've got so far. I'm going to rate this one 4.5. It's one of my favourites. I think the chorus is extremely catchy. I think that genuinely the song, in terms of its story, in terms of its build, really like this one. And as the comments guys are saying right now, exactly that. It mirrors what we've already heard from old Ghost songs, which is exactly what we want. Like, we want to hear things that we're familiar with. We want to hear stuff that we're not familiar with. Of course we do. And that's why this album bangs, because there's loads of that on it. But we still want that familiarity as well. We still want that. That's what we got from this. And that's why it's a really good song, guys. That's why it's a really good song. Alright, cool. We are moving on to my favourite song on the entire record. So, before we even get started, and my camera decides to do its usual tomfoolery. I mean, let's be honest. You know it's a green screen. Like, unless you're like 7 years old, I don't think you're gonna assume that there's some sort of magic going on where I've got I don't know, some moving background behind me or something. I don't think you realise those things. But yes, guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest to ourselves. It's a 5 across the board. UMBRA is the best song on the record, and to be honest, I said this on my review, on my reaction. This honestly is one of the best Ghost songs ever written. It's one of the best Ghost songs for a live performance they've ever written. That's ever been written. The battling of the instruments that we get, incredible. So musicianship, huge. Why? We're using cowbells. But we're using cowbells in a way where it's driving the song. This is incredible musicianship. The art of making solos happen, but still leaving us in complete suspense and in complete surprise. This song is a friggin' masterpiece, man. Lyrically, it's awesome. Awesome. You have to really dig at this song to know what's going on. You absolutely have to dig at it. Dig deep. And then all of a sudden, you figure it out. It's about sex. So what's not to like? You know what I mean? Everybody loves sex. I'm assuming everyone loves sex. But yeah, it's obviously, it's a bit naughty. We like, you know, there's some nuances of going from different dynamics in the song. Incredible. You know, there's some really, really amazing things happening here musicianship wise, okay? There's so much like change, and it never like, you never listen to this song for the first time and you don't smile. Like, as soon as this chorus comes in, catchiness, we're talking about it now. 5 out of 5. This chorus, come on, it's incredible. I bet this is good running music, by the way. I don't run, I'm not very active. But if I did run, this would be my running song for sure. Especially when the... You know? Especially when that cowbell comes in. Yeah, definitely. Huge catchiness. Overall, it's a 5. We don't really need to talk about UMBRA that much. I said in my reaction, I'm not shitting you guys, it's my favourite song of the record. It's incredible. There's nothing wrong with it. Name something wrong with it. There's nothing. Story, incredible. Musicianship in general, the way it builds, incredible. Catchiness, it's stupid catchy. Stupid catchy. Okay? Overall, it's a 5. It's a 5. But, as I've said 1,000 times, this is my personal opinion. Okay? It's my personal... You know what? I don't mind the dramatic zoom there, guys. I don't mind the dramatic zoom there. Okay? It's my opinion. Alright? It's my opinion. Alright? Why am I going to love this zoom feature? This zoom feature is awesome. We're using this more often, for sure. Alright, let's listen to the last song on the record. It's called EXCELSIS. EXCELSIS is what it's called. And we're just going to get rid of these real quick, because it's definitely not 5, guys. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not a 5, guys. It's not a 5, guys. There's not a bunch of fries in there. There's not too many fries in a bag that you can't even eat them all. It's not a 5, guys. It's not a burger that you will literally 100% spend your entire life savings on. It's not that. So it's not a 5, guys. Okay? But let's talk about it. Because in terms of lyrics, it actually... Why isn't that appearing? Oh, wait, there we go. It's a 5. It's a 5. Okay? For lyrics, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. You know? Knowing that, you know, death isn't it, and ending with that as well. The fact that they end on such a poignant message, and it cuts out, there's no reverb, there's no big ending or anything. It ends on the most important message possible, and that is why I love the lyrics to this song. I love that. Musicianship, it's for musicianship, guys, I'm actually gonna say that it's probably one of the weaker songs on the album. I'm gonna go for a 3.5. 3.5, alright? Because I just think that, like, for what it is, it's the ending song. Alright? It's the ending song. And if it's the ending song, it doesn't have to go absolutely crazy. Okay? It just needs to leave us with the message that we got from the rest of the record, and we can happily be like, right, okay, amazing, okay? And that's what I get from this. I get that 100%. And I do love, like, the building and stuff. I just think sometimes, like I listened to the whole record, like, probably about 16 times now, back to front, and I just think that, like, this one, for me, it's one of those where I get to probably the end of this, PEACEFIELD starts again, and I'm instantly like, yes! Like in my steering wheel, I'm like, yes, here we go. Give me the choir, boys. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Please don't clip that. But yeah, it's an incredibly good song. I do love the song in general, but when you're comparing it to the rest of the record, is it Spitalfields? Is it Spitalfields? No! It's not as good as Spitalfields. It's not, guys. Spitalfields for me is a 5 out of 5, alright? It is. It is. This, it ain't. It ain't, alright? But in terms of impact, emotional impact, I'm going to say it's fairly high. You know? I'm also going to give it a 3.5. You know? I just think this song, for me, is one of the weaker songs. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Sue me. Sue me. Shoot me. You know? Have we disconnected? Are we good? I thought we disconnected for a sec. Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy the fact that I don't like this one as much. But I just think, like, I do really like it. I do really like it. But it's not massive. It's not Spitalfields. Guys, listen. We're gonna zoom. This isn't Spitalfields. It just ain't. Spitalfields, that's how you end a record. That shit, for me, I could inject that song into me. I could actually inject it into me. I could live and breathe that song. I could eat that song for the rest of my life. I fucking love that song. And it's the last song on the last album, right? Is it as good as this? No, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying it ain't. It just ain't. It's beautiful. Look at the solo. Sounds like Clapton. It's incredible. That's why it's not really low. Then we go for catchiness. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, okay? Don't hurt me, okay? It's just not catchy, guys. It just ain't. Like, you've got this, everybody leaves someday. I love that part. I do. But there's no, like, huge hook. I'm not hooked. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay? So, in terms of overall, for this song, let's go for... Let's go 4. That's fair. That's fair, right? For its lyrics alone, for its message, I think that the way we end on this song, it is really good. If Spitalfields didn't exist, that's where I'm at. If I hadn't heard the last record's ending, I'd be like, this is awesome. But like, it's just falls slightly flat there for me. But that's my opinion. It's my opinion, alright? You must have different ones. If you don't, you need to. You need to have different opinions. Now, sometimes, obviously, you don't need to have different opinions. But sometimes, you know what? You probably could have different opinions, to be honest. So, this is where it gets interesting, ladies and gents. This is where it gets slightly interesting. In terms of a whole record, let's talk about it. Yes, so guys, oh my goodness, wow. This is an incredible album. It just is. It really, really is an incredibly good album. And I am going to give it 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. It genuinely could be a 5 if they just delivered on some of the songs. That's the only problem. It just randomly sometimes it catches my fingers doing this, and it just thinks I'm zooming, but I don't mean it sometimes, you know. But yeah, where was I? Ah, yes. So yes, in terms of what I think about the whole album, I think there's some songs on here which are probably some of the best Ghost songs I've ever heard. There are some songs on here in which I'm going to be listening to forever. There are some songs on here that I think will grow with us hearing them live. There are some songs on here in which I cried at, let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest, there are some songs that fall slightly flat, but even those songs, putting those up against some of the shit that you hear on a day-to-day basis in your car, on the shitty-ass radio of mainstream, come on, man. It shits all over those. But in terms of what we know from Ghost and what we have on the rest of the record, it's still not perfect. But I have news for you guys. I have news for you. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. I don't think I've ever rated a whole album 5. Ever. Even my most favourite album of all time is probably a 4.5. Like some of my favourite albums, I'm looking at Linkin Park Hybrid Theory is a big one for me. That's a 4.5. But it's because perfection doesn't exist. And if it did, we'd all give up. We'd all give up. Your teacher is showing, says Mirror. That's probably true, actually. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I love this album. I do. I love Ghost. I love the direction they're going in. I love the more mature take. I mean, let's be honest. Who the hell would have ever thought that my favourite songs would be the ones that he didn't even release as singles? You know? Like Borealis and UMBRA, for me, unreal songs. My two favourite, for sure. UMBRA and Borealis. But then obviously Satanized is obviously going to be up there as well. LACRYMA is a really good song. I've actually, you know what? PEACEFIELD is growing on me a lot. Like it comes on in the radio now and I'm like, pieces of us all that beam. And then like I've got my window down because it's hot as fuck and someone's there at a red light going, Bro, you alright? But yeah, what did you think about it? He says wobble wobble. He said wobble wobble. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, I know I did. I had a really good time. I'm hoping you guys did as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button, you're hitting that subscribe button, you're hitting that notification button so you don't miss future videos, guys. Okay. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys have as well. If you haven't already, why don't you head into the description of this video and find our link to our Patreon. Okay, I'm going to shout out a couple of people. I am. I don't care. Zane is an absolute legend. Alright? He's a legend. He made our Discord, right, in a day. I didn't even ask him to do it. And then he did it. And I was like, oh shit. Alright. Cool. Thanks. Legend. Legend. Okay? Shout out to my amazing community. Shout out to my amazing community. Okay? And we're going to talk about them. Let's do it while we're on here. We've never had a live where I've had this list. Okay? I'm going to have to... Look, I'm an old man. Alright? I am. You can say what you want. I am an old man. I can't read that fucking list. So I'm going to have to come closer to you guys. I have to come a little... Scooch a little closer. Scooch a little closer. Right. Sonia. Pro Memoria. Eric. Ryan. Goran? Jay. A.K.A. Mira. Legend. Shout out to Mira for being our brand new mod. Woo! Legend. Son of Sven. Legends. Marcel. X. Ducky. Yeah, okay, there's more than one of you, alright? Chill. Finny, Tavobello, Sarah H, Sally, oh my god. Zabiru. You lovely, lovely, lovely person. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, or you're a they. I'm not sure. Whatever you are, you're a wonderful person. Thank you very much for all your help. NEC, Lee and Nov. Oh my god, I love Lee and Nov so much. I love Lee and Nov so much. They're such wonderful people. Gwyn, Lisan, some god, who's that? Zedian? I'm joking. I know it's you, Zane. Brittany, I love Brittany. Oh, Brittany, the best. Isla, I love Isla. I love Isla so much. Lyric, oh my goodness, all these wonderful people. Into the Forest, Stephanie, Anakin, Ashlyn, Yama, Brianna, with capitals because I forgot her name in the my description, my comments. I fucking forgot, but she's now in capitals, and I'm gonna shout her name every time. Ninja Kane, Jennifer Mira, and Teresa Sharp. If I've missed anyone, I'm one man. I'm not great. All right, I'm doing my best. Jokes and he still gets it wrong. Zane. Stain. It's Stain. Fuck you, Stain. I know what it is. It's Stain. Yeah, guys. Thank you.